85-minute episode.
Yep.
Battle of Winterfell, which turned out to be a lot like the movie 311. I kept looking for Gerard Butler. I couldn't find him.
When you said that, when we were watching it together, and you said 311, I'm like, wow, I didn't know you were down with Peanut, Nick Hexum. You mean 300?
I meant 300.
I feel like nephew
Why
Kyle.
Why did I say 311?
I said 311.
Got the boom, y'all. No, I didn't
I
know
meant
if
300. Why did I say 311?
Because you love grassroots.
I was thinking 112. Like I didn't know what.
Kyle, is it like watching your parents play video games that have never played them before? Sometimes when we're watching Game of Thrones,
a few golden moments. Yes.
Yeah.
When you guys are like, "Who's that guy?"
There's a lot of Bill and I going, "Who's that guy again?"
What's his name?
Who's the dead guy?
Ed.
So it was like that movie 300. The way it was filmed.
When you said that in the room, everyone ignored it. I'm like, I thought you were talking to your kids. So I was like, he lets Ben listen to 311. That's cool. I had a mutual friend ask me if I wanted to play in 311's men's basketball league. I was like, kinda, but where is it? They're like, I think it's in the Palisades. I was like, I kind of would like to be able to tell my buddies that we listen to them in college, and now I'm in 311's men's league, but I'm definitely not going to want to drive to the Palisades 2 nights a week.
Awesome.
So,
Tim, I'm open.
Quickly, some highlights. Melisandre.
Yep.
The hottest 450-year-old lady in the 1300s.
How about
she made the fire swords happen?
How about Gendry's age gap on his girls? Has anybody slept with like two women that are separated
18
by
18 and 450?
Yeah,
pretty wide berth there.
I think Warren Beatty did that once.
Nobody can touch that. Maybe Warren.
So she made the fire swords happen. It was looking good for the battle,
right? And
then it became clear pretty quickly that they had a terrible battle plan. They wiped out the entire Dothraki. Sent them up front.
I don't want to be that guy, but why did the Dothraki have to go first?
Tough times for them. Why not bring out the dragons right away? Kind of saving the dragons. It was basically a long 2 type strategy.
I'm just waiting. I'm waiting to go.
Night King made a fire move that nobody saw coming. They put the fire mode around, which you liked.
Finally.
After they lost a lot of people, after the dragons came in, killed some.
A lot of Dothraki and Grey Worm's crew again.
Yeah, Grey Worm's more tough times for Grey Worm. He didn't have enough reasons to hate his life. He lost all his friends. So Melisandre comes in and does the fire moat, and then the Night King outwits them yet again and says, "Well, I'll just have some dead dudes. We'll pile them up. It'll smother the fire, and then we'll go over the dead dudes." And Jon Snow and Daenerys were like, "Oh shit, we didn't think of that. Should have thought of that one." The dragon's just coming and going, like making threes from the corner. Then we're not seeing the dragon again for 10 minutes. I don't know where the dragons were. That was weird.
I had major issues with the strategy. I would not call myself a military expert. I would consider myself a military historian.
Right.
Now, I don't really know what kind of timelines we're working with here because there's a lot of magic and dragons. But, reading about the Revolutionary War, if there's one thing that's taught us, is that column fighting is just outdated. And when you're running columns into the undead, like, what the fuck are you doing? You might as well let yourself on fire. So for them to just stand in front of the castle, there's another thing they could have learned from George Washington is that the armies, and it was really just a collection of militias back then, they gave up New York City. They had some battles on Long Island. There was this Brooklyn thing. And then they went, this whole thing's fucking pointless. Let's just get out of here and go to Philadelphia, New Jersey and hang out for a bit. Because they were like, we cannot defend New York City with the British Navy. Like, this is absolutely pointless.
Yeah.
So they bailed. From the very beginning, it didn't really make any sense. Like, Winterfell's been a dump for 8 years. And you needed to find a strategic area to fight. And I guess you can't really tell the undead to hold off until the morning. Because back in the Revolutionary War times, they would just take winters off. They'd be like, hey, can we just pick this shit up in the spring? I'd be like, all right, great. Thank you. Because it's freezing.
Yeah.
And they start with no landscape advantage. My guys would have been digging the biggest hole you've ever seen around that castle so that if they're going to charge me, You're going down and then you're going to come back up. And if you tell me that doesn't work, well, at least it impedes their progress because it certainly did with the walls at some point. So that was a problem. No massive hole. If you're going to light the moat of things, the dragon glass kind of brackets those things that you're not supposed to run into. You see them all over the place. They were on Normandy as well. You put those further out, further perimeter.
Yeah.
And you light them on fire from the beginning. So Melisandre is just lighting the Dothraki swords on fire. They run into something that I guess is just a wall of dead people. It was actually really cool how that was shot.
Yeah,
that
like
all
that.
the fire blades like disappeared, and like one dude runs back. He's like, okay, that didn't go well. But why would you wait to light the shit on fire? And the misuse of the dragons, this would be like not throwing it to Randy Moss if you were Dante Culpepper. You know,
Right.
like you can't let Moss not get looks.
If you had Randy Moss and Calvin Johnson in his prime,
Absolutely.
and you're just like, we're gonna run the ball again.
So it felt like, I guess the story is that the two dragons, because it felt like a little bit of a never-ending story deal here with these two dragons, and they're like, hey, you know there's a massive battle for mankind going on back there, and you two are like winking at each other. But I guess they were looking for the Night King still. And, you know, there's a bunch of different things. How about Daenerys is just awareness rating as on a Madden scale 30s. Like you land your dragon, you let 50 dead guys start stabbing the shit out of it. Like,
Yeah.
make your move and then get out of there.
Get up. You got to stay off the ground.
Off the ground. And then when they retreated and they had the fire pit going, right? They just stared at all of them. And then they waited until dead bodies just started crossing like one little area. It's like, why would you just stand there and stare at them? Start firing away.
So the fire stops everybody, and there's a stare down for, it seemed like a couple of minutes. It seemed like it would have been a great time for the dragons to come in and incinerate everybody.
No,
I
they
don't
waited.
know.
They waited until they started fighting again.
Yeah.
And their people were getting treated like the Irish in Braveheart.
So the Hound didn't like anything that was going on and said, I can't beat death. Stopped fighting for a while, but then rallied back.
Good line.
Arya was a machine. Huge PR.
Yep.
Just killing people left and right. People don't see her coming. Low to the ground.
Kemba, little like Kemba.
Little Kemba. Yeah. Goes to can go to the hoop, can work from the outside. And then the Night King once again figured out how to get into the castle. Brings his
Well, he didn't go into the castle. He went looking for.
Well, he brings the ice shooting dragon in, who basically demolishes everything. All his dudes get in.
It feels like a cold fire. I don't know if it's ice.
We didn't see it's a cold fire. So
Yeah,
what
it's not
happens when it
ice.
hits you?
You burn in a hell flame that's cold.
Like dry ice. Not
We
like
didn't really
dry
get to see it.
Yeah,
We
but
never
nobody.
really saw what happened when you got burned by the cold fire.
And then we thought maybe Daenerys was going to take down the Night King, but there's no way that was going to happen. She
Well, wait, can we
shoots-
go back? So
Oh,
there's
we can go wherever you
there's
want.
a
I
big
thought we lost
there's a
track.
big dragon fight.
Yeah, there's a dragon fight.
I had no idea who was who. It was impossible to tell. It was
By the way,
shot really
just-
strangely.
I love some
We
of the
spent
shots.
most of this time going, "Who's that? What's going on?" It was confusing.
I've never felt older watching a TV show.
Yeah,
But that's kind of the thing. Like I checked in with some younger people and I went, I'm really afraid to send this text, but Bill and I couldn't see anything for long stretches. And
Yeah.
they go, yep. But I think that was kind of the
It's intentional.
director's. Now I'm more of a writer,
right.
but I get what the director was trying to do. I
Right.
could see the director's script. I could see the cues. And I think the approach was they wanted the viewer to be as confused in battle as the actual
This is
participants.
a boxing movie trick.
Yeah.
When they film the boxing movies and they put the camera right in between the guys, and it's just a lot. But really, it's a way to just cheat, and so that if it's a wide shot, it looks fake. If it's up close and it's frantic, you feel like you're in it.
Why hasn't somebody just said to the other guy in a boxing movie, being like, look, this is Michael B. Jordan, and he's going to punch you in the face for real. And
Over
a
and
bunch
over
of
again.
times, and you're going to make
And
like
here's the
500.
check.
You're going to make 500 grand.
Yeah.
That's the kind of movie I would make.
Do you think like? So my wife, when with our dogs, like our dogs had different colored collars. So even though our dogs all look differently, but like when we had two golden retrievers, we had Rufus the male and Daisy the female. Daisy had the pink collar and Rufus had the darker collar.
Makes sense.
Do you think Daenerys should have done that with the dragons? So we could have told them apart. Like, one of them had a pink collar and the other had like a purple one. So then when they're flying around, I know who's who.
You know what? Just to be fair,
You knew who was who?
no, I just, if the collars are going to be color coded, I'd like them not to reveal gender.
Okay.
If they could be gender neutral collars, because I don't want to assume anything, certainly not with a dragon. I think we'd be better off if it was like a mauve and then a green.
Gender neutral dragon colors.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
it's still
we're naming that one. That's the name of today's podcast. Gender neutral and Kevin Durant. So we had the two dragons left. Did you
Yeah.
feel like one dragon was better than the other?
Absolutely. Oh yeah,
Because one of them might have died.
I thought there was
It
going to
seems
be
like
another
Jon Snow's
dragon that went down.
might have died.
Yeah, because it. Well, wait a minute. One of the dragons went down. Daenerys has got stabbed a billion times because, again, she's just lingering around.
Yeah,
She's-
typical.
I don't
Typical
get
terrible job by her.
Yeah, totally. And honestly, like the big name deaths, Ed, Ed
No,
goes
there's a
down
couple
early.
big ones. Theon went down.
Theon, and then the little
Jorah.
girl. Jorah, yeah. Wait a
Jorah
minute.
was a big one.
Is
Jorah's
he
an OG.
done? I mean, I felt like he's
Yeah,
almost
he's
died
done.
a million
He
times.
died.
He died?
You know, they didn't give us the headliner. I thought we were going to get a headliner death, like a real storyline changing death.
Theon got a nice little redemption. He got a little shout out from Bran. Bran said, "You're a good person.
Theon had a bad run the second
You're a
half
bad
of the show.
person, and we forgive you for all the terrible."
You know what I
shit
kept
you
thinking
did."
of the whole time?
What?
Like, this is where I wish Ramsay were still alive.
What?
Because if I want to fight the Night King,
You want the
I want
worst
that
person possible?
twisted fuck on my side. And are we going to get to the end now?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
do we still have more?
No, that's it. Theon died. Jorah died.
I always liked Jorah. By the way, couldn't a Daenerys just like, I actually was into you? Or was that worse?
Right before he got
Right before he dies. I mean, the guy has been the most whipped dude
Jorah.
in the history of dragons' end castles. And, Daenerys is like, sorry, I'm going to bang this pirate for a few weeks.
Right.
No offense.
It's a good Twitter poll. What's worse?
Right. And then he's also going to shit on your manhood to your face after he knows that I
forgot about that.
I mean, she treats him worse than Selena Meyer treats Gary and Veep.
Well, this is the 1300s. You can't judge. They didn't know back then.
Right. But she's in his head. I mean, she just absolutely sublets room up there. Maybe it's better he just lets him die.
So
And Bran's just hanging out. We're all wondering what kind of superpower. Because look, the odds, you're sitting there watching, be like, how the hell are they getting out of this one?
Well, so finally he does the white eyeball trick.
Finally.
And it's like, oh, good. Bran's going to say this. And basically just send some ravens flying around. It's like, really? That's been waiting for this for 10 years? That was your move? The eyeball move?
Yeah, he actually didn't do anything. He
Yeah, it's
sat
like-
in a chair,
It's like 15 birds are going to fly in a circle.
and then the Night King stares him down, and you're like, all right, what? Because you obviously you realize they're not going to lose the whole thing. Like, 'cause we still got 7 episodes here, right? Is it 7?
3.
Is it? Oh, that's it? So there's only 6 episodes in this season?
I actually thought, I really did think they were going to lose at the end of that. I thought there were going to be
What
2
was
episodes.
going to happen the next 3 episodes?
Something.
Cersei goes down.
Cersei marries the Night
comes
King,
down and
and they have
flips
weird
it
zombie
back
babies.
or something. Yeah.
It's like,
I
this
don't
guy's
even think-
nastier than Joffrey.
I don't even think Cersei would do that. So it all ends with Arya killing the Night King. Great move by her. The dive from behind. See, the Night King thinks he stops her, but she rope-a-doped him.
Yeah, she did.
Made it seem like she had the knife high, but then she had the other one low. Got him with the dragon glass. Boom. End. Night King. So long.
Okay. I just have a hard time believing
She gets through security.
that his cabinet that looks a bit like the Doobie Brothers, that she was just going to be able to get past all those guys and kill the most important guy in mankind in this battle. Like, that guy's unfreaking touchable, and she just sneaks by everybody and stabs him.
She was moving around pretty quietly in that library or whatever.
Do you think he was telling them to foul or no?
Do you think he looks like Popovich?
No, I was dude, trying to draw some Night King Popovich. He had a big lead there at the end. He's basically done. He got to where he needed to go. and really lost control of the shot clock.
And to be fair to the Night King, someone on his team's got to pay more attention. They've got to know game, time, situation.
Night King, he'd spent a lot of time team bonding dinners, picks out a special bottle of wine for each one.
Look, I'm just saying, man.
for him.
I'm just saying, after 8 years of this, the Night King goes down because he gets in a staring contest with the most boring character in the entire show, and then a teenage girl stabs him.
Wow, when you put it that way.
By the way, better all around day. Bob Kraft starting out at the Orchard Spa, ending with the overtime win against the Chiefs, or Arya losing her virginity and then killing the Night King. What was a better day?
Oh, Arya, because that was the AFC title game.
If it had been the Super Bowl, maybe different. Yeah, great day for Arya though.
Huge
all
day.
around,
Huge.
I hope 50 years later she goes like, "What were the great days of your life?" She's like, this one day, lost my virginity.
If she has a better day than that,
yeah, lost my virginity and killed the Night King and saved the world. It was great. So you didn't love the Arya thing. Who would you have wanted to kill?
I wanted something. I know how hard it is to write these scripts, man. But I think my expectations for the show, because it's so amazing, like I wanted something I wasn't thinking was possible.
Yeah.
I wanted something so clever that I'd spend the next few days being like,
just your world being rocked forever.
I can't believe they came up with that.
I actually thought, I really like the Arya thing. I was thumbs up. Kyle, you're the tiebreaker.
I liked it. I wish there was more of what he's talking about. It didn't have to come from Arya for me, but there wasn't enough of that. It just seemed like everyone was unprepared.
What of the 7 times Bran rolled back his eyeballs, which one was your favorite one?
The last one, the one where it stopped.
When the Ravens went about, I'm like, okay, there's some magic here. Like something's going to happen here. Like there's going to be some magic. And then, when the Night King gets torched by the dragon and he just smiles, he's like serious? And then Daenerys went to run at him and reminded me of like TJ McConnell trying to dunk on Giannis. And I'm like, nah, that's not going to work. And then all the people come back to life as zombies, as the White Walkers.
That was great.
And you're just going, this roster is incredible.
I liked when he did the slow raise of the hands.
Yeah.
Is really creepy and effective. My last question.
Do you want to answer it? Ask yourself.
No, there's 10,000 dead bodies. Actually, maybe more. 100,000 dead bodies. Dead White Walkers and just blood everywhere. Like, what's the cleanup situation there? What do they do?
Well, I imagine who's ever left from Grey Worm's army gets that shit detail. Those guys. Hey, we're all going to run into this castle. Do you mind just hanging out there with your spears and shields?
You got to burn everything, right? Just piles. You're burning body piles.
I would ship it to Cersei.
Do you think now that the White Walkers are gone, do you think the Dragon Glass like 50% discount at the team store? Don't need it anymore, right? Still selling it, but not as expensive.
People are using them.
Not in high demand.
People are using them as paint scrapers. It's like a 5-in-1.
I liked the episode. I thought it was good. I didn't know what was going on half the time.
I can't wait to watch it again.
Yeah, but I need to watch it like 7 times. It actually would have been a good movie theater episode.
I'm surprised they've never done that. Imagine the money they would make on that.
I've seen this bandied around.
I think it's bandied about.
I've seen this bandied about. If they did Saturday, one day only, Game of Thrones series finale in a movie theater and just charge like $50 a ticket, what would happen? How much money could they make? the whole thing. If it was just one weekend, we're just premiering this 2 days early.
If social media is any indicator, I would think it would probably be one of the best. What if you did it for a weekend? What if you treat it like opening weekend?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like if you
So
did
you're
Avengers
not
style.
just Saturday. So you're saying Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Say it's Thursday night through Sunday.
I think it would do incredible.